Well, here we are again.
We made it.
We made it. We made it through the
Fashionably late.
the fashionably late phase. We're now in the extremely late phase, but we're here. Welcome to episode 63. Can you believe it? We're here at episode 63.
I don't know if I believe it.
I don't know if I believe it, but it's happening.
Yeah.
What are these crazy kids doing on my lawn?
Exactly.
Get your ass off my grass.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Give me some
Shawn,
of the good stuff.
yeah, tonight we're gonna be trick or treating. So we're gonna give we got all the good stuff. So, episode 63. We're really excited about tonight because it's our Halloween special. It's our giveaway, and because of that, we have very little to talk about and mostly just excited to give away a bunch of stuff tonight, which right off the bat, we got to say huge thank you to David, Motu Origins Cork, who sent all these gifts over. I mean, we've got a couple little tiny things in here in these packages as well, like the Toy Frenzy stickers, and also these amazing Skelevator stickers from Ben Massa, our previous guest who designed these. Each one of you who win a little something tonight, you're going to get a Toy Frenzy sticker plus a Skelevator sticker. Yeah, I'm already exhausted figuring out all the technology with Oz. Oz is not here tonight. He's usually our tech guy who handles all that stuff.
Yeah, he's pooped.
Yeah, he is pooped, and I can't blame the guy. I mean, he's like, he is the busiest guy. He is the hardest working guy in show business, I think.
On YouTube, at the very least, yeah.
On YouTube, yeah. He's not in the movies, or he's not putting out records. But I think movies and records are next.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe that's what he's doing tonight. He's got the rap going.
I'd love to watch that.
Oh, that would be amazing. Oz, if you're watching right now, we need a rap.
Yeah.
So,
my name is Oz. If you can tell, if you don't like it, you can go to hell.
Exactly.
That's, song.
That's it. Can you beatbox? Can anybody beatbox? Yeah, I can't. Forget it. All right. So, guys, how are you doing?
Not too bad yourself.
I was waiting for that. I
knew it. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen.
Someday I'll surprise you.
I hope
I'll elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, elaborate. Yeah.
The biggest surprise to me is like the Han shot first kind of thing. Every time we do this, it's just like, how are you guys doing? Fine, and you bam. It's like,
I know, so quick.
Like nobody can stand up to that. That's nuts. It's like, knee-jerk reaction.
One of these days, I'm not even going to say it, and he's going to say, "Fine, you," and before it even comes out,
beat you.
That'll
be the opening sentence of the next
Fine,
episode. right when the camera comes on. Fine, and you.
Yeah, keep an eye on that, folks. Episode 63. Bobby's going to start the whole thing out. All right. Well, we've got a lot of folks excited about tonight, and I hope you're not all here just for the giveaway. I hope you're here to also celebrate Halloween with us. But we are happy that you're here for the giveaway. Obviously,
we have all the usual suspects here.
We do. I'm going to go ahead and run through the folks that are here. So, Eternian Ellipse Clifton. Number 1 tonight. Great to have you here. Speaking Moistly, always great to have you. Bud, fantastic to have you. Great to see you. Toy Mama, great to see you. Aaron, oh man, Aaron's here. What's up, party people? It's fantastic. Duchess, always great to see you here. Fantastic. Ronald Embry, dude, great to see you. Ray is here. Fantastic. and folks are talking to each other. I'm scrolling through. Thanos Copter, great to see you, buddy. And we got Joe Gonsalves here. Fantastic to see you, Joe. And let's see, we got Aaron Payne's Toy Samples. Good to see you. And Nolan popping in. Fantastic. Good to see you here. Chef M80. All right. People are really jumping in now. Mike Fee. Oh, man. Great to see you. And Skyfall. My goodness. Great to see you. Eldor is here. All right. Did I already say Eldor?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Hey, Captain Biscuit 71. Great to see you. All right. And whew, I used all my breath for all that. Let's see. And then we've got, let's see.
You need the gargle before we come on next time.
I know. I got to have something here. Oh, here we go. All right.
That was uncalled for. But
I
okay.
know. That was totally uncalled for. Skyfall. Oh, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is so cool of you to do that. Much appreciated. And Vicente Aiello is here. Great to see you. It is a party tonight.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, let's make people wait a little bit. Let's build the heat.
Yeah.
What's new? What how you guys doing? What are you excited about? Well, that's two questions. Let's start with the first one. Oh wait, no, I already asked you guys how
Yeah,
you
you
doing.
asked that one.
Oh, God, I'm lousy at this.
You need a checklist, you know. So when you write
I
down
know.
your questions, you check it
I've
off.
got-
I already
I've got a
asked
little
that.
post-it
How are
here.
you? Check.
Right.
How are you?
Boys.
All right. So I know what I'm excited about. I'm chomping at the bit to tell you what I'm excited about. But what are you
Okay,
guys
cool.
excited about? What's new and exciting for you in your worlds?
Well, the new Hellboy series.
Oh
Giant
yeah,
Hellboy. Giant robot Hellboy.
beautiful.
I gotta wait till I always wait till all the issues come out of the series before I read it. But
I saw you post that on Instagram, and I was like, "Can you show that cover again?" The cover's beautiful. Look at that. Oh man, I love all iterations of Hellboy.
Me too.
He's one of the best designed characters out there. He's
He is the
amazing.
best.
What else? Anything else, Bobby?
No, not really. Well, I mean, I'm excited for my show, but I'll talk about that later.
Oh, well, I want to say I'm sorry I wasn't there for the live.
No, I understood that. Yeah.
But I listened to it, folks. If you haven't gone over to Bobby's YouTube channel and listened to episode 1 of his new show, you got to go over there and listen. I was stoked to hear it, and it does. If you like noir, if you like the supernatural, then you're gonna be in hog heaven. It is awesome. Already, first episode, I was like,
well, that's the best one. So it goes down from there. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I always say about anything I do too.
You're supposed to say it's the only one. So
yeah, right. Oh, yeah,
good luck
I forgot.
waiting for the
Chapter
next one.
1.
That's
well,
right.
Well, I might as well mention it now since you brought it up, though. But
Yeah,
it's episode 2 will be out tomorrow. It's already ready to go, and I'm currently working on episode 3. So,
well, can you tell folks a little bit about it, like the name of the main character and what to expect and why they should engage?
well, it's Decker Northcutt. He's a detective, murder, crime, stuff like that. It's set in a noir feel. There could be mob. There could be regular criminals. There could be other things like that, mixed in with a bunch of like horror type stuff, vampires, werewolves, creeps. Who knows? We'll find out. But yeah, it's just narrated by the main character pretty much. And he'll talk in the other guy's voice, like what they say and stuff like that, because he's just telling you the story.
Written
But
in first person, yeah.
yeah, first person. Yep. So that's about it, though. I think for the
Well,
description of that.
it's awesome,
It's
and
got good music. I'm putting in good music and some sound
yeah,
effects as well that give you more of atmosphere, cinematic type feel. So
yeah. It definitely has that. It definitely has that noir aesthetic,
yeah,
and your narration is great.
thank you.
You're pulling a total like Humphrey Bogart, like, but even more subtle, and like it really made me want to watch The Big Sleep again. The Big
Mhm.
Sleep is one of my favorites. And but yeah, you got my juices flowing. It's
Thank
good
you.
stuff.
Good.
Um, and so people can expect there to be any number of strange occurrences and
Yeah, and if you listen carefully, there'll be things intertwined that can pop up later on as well. I'm trying to do
mm,
that too, so I already have one planned for something that's already been written and read already on another show that characters involved, but it's going to be small in this part, but it'll transfer into that story too.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, folks, go over to Bobby's channel and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that alert button because the new episode's tomorrow.
Yeah. 9 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time, noon Eastern.
Will
I'm gonna
this be
set them as
another?
premieres, but that's so it shows up so you guys can see that it's coming, but
Okay, yeah.
I most likely won't be there during the premiere. So no pressure being there on the premiere. It's just there to make everybody know that it's coming up.
Yeah, that's cool because people can chat with each other too while they're
Yeah, that's
watching,
true. Yeah.
while they're
Well,
listening.
listen first.
Yeah, don't spend time talking to each other. Listen
Yeah,
to you got to listen for those Easter eggs because it sounds to
yeah,
me like there could be a little some hints here and there. Are there any
yeah.
characters based on Skelly or Shawn or Oz or Adam?
I don't know yet. We'll see.
I had to go there.
We'll
I'll
see.
No
be
pressure.
Spicoli.
No, no.
So Shawn, how about you? What's new and exciting in your realm?
Nothing nearly that cool. The one thing that I discovered before we went on tonight, and this made my month. YouTube, the Samuel Goldwyn Mayer channel, apparently. Um, they uploaded like a documentary about Dave Stevens. And for those of you who don't know who Dave Stevens is, he was the artist who created the Rocketeer.
Mm,
Oh yeah,
Among many, he was a comic book illustrator, and he also did animation and stuff. And so I just discovered Dave Stevens Drawn to Perfection. It's a new documentary that came out, and it's actually on YouTube for free. And before I got on the show, I was like watching that. I almost forgot to show up because I'm like, I want to watch this. I'm like so pumped about
right.
this. So I had to stop myself and go, no, I said I'll be on this. I'm coming on here, but I am definitely going to finish this by the end of the weekend.
oh
That
yeah.
made my day. I've been a fan of the Rocketeer since the movie when I was a kid. So
Oh, it's great.
and Dave Stevens' artwork has been amazing to look at for all these years on top of that. And he passed away. He passed away in 2008. So
Mm,
I've always wanted to learn more about him, and this is a way that I get to. It's
Yeah,
really
that's
cool.
cool.
And trying to think beyond that. Um, let's see. Probably in the next couple weeks, Legion's Con is coming up, and I'm very curious to see the reveals they're going to do on the next wave because it's involving the uh, the House of the Noble Bear and the Sons of the Red Star, and both of those are factions I really love in Mythic Legions. So I'm curious to see what they come up with there because if it wasn't for those factions, I probably wouldn't be into the line that much. So, but yeah, it's all a mystery at this point. So. But that's about it. I've been pretty boring the last couple weeks.
Well, that
And
sounds like
that's
all
through work.
exciting stuff.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
Now, I want to apologize if you all can hear me typing. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody's names into the wheel, and also listening to Shawn's exciting information at the same time. I'm not good at that, but I did hear everything you said, and that all sounds good. I loved The Rocketeer when that movie came out. The Rocketeer, you're wearing the Batman T-shirt. You know, Dick Tracy, all those, even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, like all those came out within about 5 years of one another, I think. I don't want to get
Even less.
maybe
I wanna
even
say
less, like
even
2 or 3
even
years.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in 3 to 4 years tops, maybe those were all out,
I
one
mean, that
after
was
the other.
an amazing time, right? I loved
Mhm.
all those movies.
Yeah,
Let's see.
and
Where I
that
get
started. I mean, that kind of started where we are today, really. I mean, Batman made it cool to like the comic book stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
'89 Batman and everything, and then I always loved that because '89 Batman, '90s Ninja Turtles, '91 was Rocketeer, and
Oh, okay.
the thing I loved about that movie and that story is he's not super powered. He's just this guy with dumb luck that finds the rocket pack and he just uses it. And I love that he wants to, it's like Spider-Man. He wants to use it for his own profits and all that. And the first time he tries to use it, and then he's like, well, now I can do it for this and now I can do it for that and all that stuff. And I always just, I really enjoyed, and the time period too, because I like that it's like that pulp vibe to it.
Yes, totally. And speaking of pulp and noir, we got a comment from Ace from a little bit ago. Altman's The Long Goodbye. Anyone? Have you guys seen The Long Goodbye?
I think I did. I don't remember.
It's
What's it
I
about?
phenomenal.
haven't seen that one. I've
It's
seen The
no,
Big Sleep though,
yeah.
so I do know what you're talking about there. But yeah, Long
So
Goodbye.
Long Goodbye came out much later, but I'm not going to say much about it except for you guys got to see it. And those of you
Okay.
watching, if you haven't seen it, watch that. It's one of my favorite noir movies, and you'll see why when you watch it because it's just dang awesome.
Yeah, I know. Like years ago, I was on a binge of all those, so a lot of them are like mixed up in my head. You know, when I think of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Alf Inflict is here. I'm writing your name down right now. So let me pull you up. Where are you? Alf, good to see you, man. Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from writing people's names down. I got this in the mail just now, literally about 15 minutes. No, I guess about an hour ago now.
nice.
The 1989 style Superpowers Batman that just came out. This thing was only $9.99 on Amazon, which is a better price, I think, than when they show up at Walmart.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's not
Um,
crushed.
and it's not crushed. It's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's a little warped, but that doesn't, what.
No, right.
I'm going to open this guy anyways. I'm going to do a little video, but this guy's great. I love this. I love the black suit. I love the blue and the gray
Yeah,
also.
Mhm.
But I just something about, and Shawn, you and I were talking briefly at the beginning of the Toy Biz figures that came
Mhm.
out for the Batman '89 movie. Those are real special in a totally
Yeah.
wonky way. But this kind of ups the ante a little bit and gives him he looks more like the Superpowers Batman, but with the black and the
yeah.
gold. And that's pretty cool. I know some people might fight me on this, but I still feel like Keaton's my favorite Batman. Robert Pattinson's pretty good. Adam West is amazing and iconic. Christian Bale, and this is difficult for me because Christian Bale is such a great actor.
Yeah,
I can't stand the Batman voice.
I know he
And
sounds. I don't know. I don't like it either.
congested. He sounds
Yeah.
congested and
the problem is?
Yeah, I think it sounds like he's trying too hard.
yeah. And I mean, I need to go on record and say Christian Bale is one of my favorite actors too.
Okay.
Not only does that movie have Christian Bale, but also has Gary Oldman, who is also one of my favorite actors. They are masterful actors. And Christopher Nolan's an amazing director. So I have some problems with that. But Keaton's my man.
Well, the Joker in the second one, that one made the movie, I think, compared to Batman himself. That's the problem I have with Batman. It's everybody's interested in the villains more than the main character.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, Shawn, what were you going to say?
I mean, my personal favorite Batman movie ever is probably Batman Begins because it actually focuses on Batman.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the journey in that. I love that you're getting to witness him getting the training. I love that he's going across the globe trying to figure out what he's trying to do to get revenge, and then it turns into it's not about vengeance, it's about justice and everything. When you get to the second movie, like Bobby said, it's like the Joker has got Batman by the balls through that entire movie. I mean, he's just like there, and that's why the third movie could never ever remotely top the second movie. He just owned that thing.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm one of those people though that I'll say, I'm sure you're not gonna like hearing this though, Skelly, that I don't mind. I don't mind that Keaton's your Batman, but Nicholson is never going to be my Joker. I'm going to
same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh my God!
Same here.
Here's the thing. I'm just going to say this.
Skelly leaves. Get your ass back in here.
So anyway, Bobby. No.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'll say. So he was channeling the Cesar Romero Joker.
Yeah.
My problem with that is in the 66 movie with all the villains united against Batman and all that stuff. The one villain that made everybody scared to death the minute he took control of anything was the Riddler. Frank Gorshin should have been Joker. And they could have let Cesar Romero be someone else because, in my opinion, he encapsulated to me what the Joker is better than Romero. And then when I see what Nicholson did, I'm just like, well, I don't get it. Like, this is not Joker to me because I've grown up on the Joker is a psychotic, and he is somebody that you don't understand what he's going to do next. He will do something you least expect because your mind doesn't go to the levels of insanity and depravity that he will go to. Yeah. So when I look at Jack Nicholson as Joker, I'm like, it's a great update from the 60s, but it is not the Joker. Like Heath Ledger Joker is not even my Joker, but him being the guy where you don't know what he's going to do and the fact he has no plan, it's just about messing everything up. That is more Joker to me than Nicholson doing the balloons and the parade and Prince music and everything. Yeah. Although, hey, Prince, gotta love Prince. I'm not going to say that that's a bad thing. But it always just struck me as so like I understood as a kid, but I just always felt like I wanted to see more Keaton Batman than Nicholson Joker in that movie, personally.
I do have a response to you, and it's not. He's
gonna cut me off the show now.
No,
not at all. Not at all. No,
opinions matter.
Opinions do matter. Opinions are what drives us, and I do agree. I do agree with you that Ledger's Joker is probably the best version of the Joker according to who he was in the comic books.
Yeah. So far.
You're absolutely right.
Maybe
Nicholson
later they could be someone else. Yeah.
Well, that takes me to the next thing. Nicholson's Joker was like eye-opening for me as a kid, because all I had was Cesar Romero and the comic books, and and even as a kid, I knew about the Man Who Laughs reference. I was totally like looking for information, all that stuff, and was super obsessed in a unhealthy way, I'm sure. But I I'm going to say this, and I hope it doesn't piss anybody off, but I mean, I really don't mind if it pisses people off because that's exciting, right? But
Right.
I do think there are some severe editing problems in the Nolan movies, and they never allow. There are moments that are cut off in those movies that are problematic there because he's such a good filmmaker. I feel like he was maybe feeling some pressure from the studios to reduce the amount of violence and cut scenes off when he didn't have to do it that way. And it really kind of, I can't really enjoy those movies like I can enjoy the Batman '89 movie or even Batman Returns, which I think is great too. But going back to the Joker, I still don't think that there's a real good Joker yet. A perfect Joker yet. There hasn't been, except for maybe Mark Hamill in the cartoon. And I do know that I think Nolan or someone mentioned Conroy. Maybe it was Aaron. I think it was Aaron. No, it was on our U83. Conroy. Conroy's probably the best voice of the Batman. And also, I'd have to say that I think Hamill does a great Joker. But we just haven't had. I don't think we've had an appropriately suited, behaving correctly according to the comics and the lore Joker yet. One that's scary, one that's actually scary. Heath Ledger's Joker was not quite scary, but he was definitely on edge.
He was good.
Yeah,
he was great.
I mean that like creepy the violin music that they would play every time he showed up, where it just sounded like the string was gonna break any second. And it's like the tension they did with the build up. But I will say Ace is right in my opinion. Willem Dafoe is my perfect Joker. I don't think there's anybody out there who could do the Joker the way he could, and I still hate the fact that he got Green Goblin. He should have gotten Joker, and they could have let somebody else be Green Goblin. Because
anybody could have been Green Goblin.
Absolutely, in my opinion, yeah. No Way Home, the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, the sequence where he goes full on Green Goblin and Tom Holland, now I'm getting my universes mixed up. Tom Holland Spider-Man is fighting him. It reminded me of it, like Batman finally going at it with Joker, and Joker just standing there laughing in his face, even though he's getting pummeled. And when I saw that in the theater, I was like, I would honestly be unhinged fighting this guy at this point. That's what Joker should be.
Yeah,
so, and he's got the laugh.
He should play Joker, and I hope he plays Joker eventually. And Joaquin Phoenix is good. Heath Ledger is a masterful actor. Jack Nicholson, he's always Jack, so it's like
he is. That's the problem I have is always Jack.
He's always Jack. There's no flexibility there, but he still does a good job. I love the way he looks in that movie.
The makeup in it is gorgeous on him in that movie. That made me mesmerized because I'm like, how did they pull that off? Like, I kept going, is there something in his cheeks that keeps making it work that way? And I actually read about the makeup later on in the behind the scenes stuff, and it was really intriguing. But it's like looks wise there, it's like that really was effective.
It's such cool stuff. And
you were talking about the editing when they filmed that second one in Chicago. I was working downtown at AT&T office, and I had to carry heavy ass tools from one site to another, which is like a good mile walk.
Yeah.
And I got to a corner, and it was all blocked off. This is why I hate these movies. It was all blocked off. And I asked the police, I'm like, I can't cross the street. I got to go to that building right there. He's like, no, you have to walk around. I'm like, what for? He's like, well, they're filming the Batman movie over here. I'm like, well, fuck them. I got to walk with this heavy shit. And he's like, nope, you got to walk. So I had to walk all the way around. It put like another, 3 or 4 blocks on my walk. And my shoulders are killing me. And what I found out, because it was on the news, is they're filming the scene that was coming out of a firehouse. They were having fire trucks coming out and all that. But when I saw the movie, they cut that scene out, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, those motherfuckers."
Well,
So I
yeah,
don't like those movies.
I can see why. I'll be more specific about the editing because Nolan is such a masterful. Nolan is different from the Nolan who's in the chat. Wait, maybe it is Christopher Nolan.
Ooh,
Nolan, are you Christopher Nolan?
intriguing.
Sorry, we're talking about your editing now, but
He's Batman.
he is.
I am the night.
I have recently rewatched all three of those movies, and Batman Begins is by far the best. Phenomenal. Dark Knight, it starts to go downhill. Batman Begins is a masterful movie. Scarecrow, phenomenal in that movie. What's that guy's name? Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, yeah.
And the way it feels, it's like everything you want from a Batman movie. I think it's one of the perfect movies. But Dark Knight, I feel almost like the studio is putting more pressure on him to not be as dark, not be as perhaps violent, and a lot of scenes were cut short to meet the PG-13 rating, which to me wasn't necessary because PG-13 can show a lot more than Nolan was showing, and those cut short scenes of very mild violence really takes me out of the movie every single time I watch it. And there are about 3 or 4 in that movie, and then in The Dark Knight Rises there's about 3 or 4 in that one too. And then the fight scenes in Dark Knight Rises are just sort of like guys walking around each other and throwing punches slowly, and it's like, I feel like for those movies looking so beautiful, it's just sad that those the minutia was either overlooked or the studio was asking him to make changes that.
I wish they would throw out that PG-13 rating. I hate that rating. I think it's
I do too.
stupid.
I
I
agree.
think it makes no sense. It's dumb.
It doesn't make any sense. And most R movies are basically what PG-13 used to be anyways.
Well, they do that to get in. It's all money. It's so they can get all the teenagers to come and watch the horror movies. That's why there's a million horror movies out there that suck for a long period. I'm serious, for a long period of time. It's a horror movie. I'm like, oh, that looks okay. PG-13. Nope, I'm not going to go see it.
No,
because there's not going to be anything
absolutely.
good. Yeah.
Your point on the editing, for me, anytime somebody would go, Dark Knight is the best Batman movie, I just look at him and I go, so you like the movie where Bruce Wayne has his little party, and it's all in, Harvey Dent, Harvey's going to save the city, and he has with all the people that are going to help back his campaign and all this stuff. The Joker literally crashes this party. Bruce runs away from the party, shows up for literally 30 seconds to fight as Batman, and then he jumps out the window after Rachel and leaves all those people stuck there with the Joker. That's a good, like, that for me was like, how the hell did that scene not have a follow-up of Joker just murdering everybody there to make a point, or whatever? It was so like, Batman would be like, the hell with that, like which do you go after? He probably would have tried to save the greater number, which drove me crazy that they had to do the whole, oh, he needs a romantic interest bullshit.
Well, he could have shot his string thing and saved her ass.
He could have shot his grappling hook, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other thing really quick, and then I promise I'll stop because I didn't expect it to be a Batman episode.
Hey, that's okay.
But
I feel like it's been building ever since the Dooch posted on. For me, it's been building ever since the Dooch posted on the Legendati group on Facebook.
That's right.
For me.
Yeah, that's right. But so the end of Dark Knight, Gordon gives that whole speech about we'll chase him, but he can take it. He's the Dark Knight. He's the hero that we need. Or he's the hero. He's not the hero we need. He's the one we deserve, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we go to the next movie, and it's what, 5 years, 7 years later, and he's given up. Like, that is one of the dumbest ways of starting a movie after the ending of that being so, like, you're like, oh my God, it's going to be like Batman is like the legit vigilante. He's going to be out there with the police after him. No, he's just going to be hanging out watching HGTV in his mansion because he messed up his knee. And I'm like, oh my God, this is how
Well,
we're
hey,
starting this movie. And
depression
from
is
that point
real.
on, I'm like,
Yeah,
it
right.
is. But my
Yeah,
problem still is
yeah.
just the fact you don't end a movie like they ended Batman Begins on the Joker card, and at least they followed up with that
Oh
in a
yeah.
really
I mean,
meaningful way. They
yeah,
ended that on now he's going to be the vigilante, and we're going to chase him, and the police are going to hunt him down. And no, he's just going to hang out in his mansion.
yeah.
Like, whatever.
Alfred,
Oh,
those are
and
good looking tomatoes. We got to
and
grow something like those.
exactly. Now, the other thing, the other big complaint, we'll probably, I guess we can end the Batman discussion on this, is Sean Connery as Bane.
Mm,
I mean, come on. It was like, it was Stratos as Bane. It was a 2000X Mike Young Productions Stratos voicing Bane in Tom Hardy's body. And I just can't watch that without laughing. Even my wife, she'd watched it once before, and it had been years since she watched it, and we watched it together, and she was like, I'd forgotten how embarrassing this is.
yeah,
Because Bane, otherwise, that character in that movie is really cool.
yeah,
He is scary. He's tough. There's an interesting story behind him that's revealed at the end. And he's not who you think he is. And it's fantastic. But every time he talks, it's like, God, who decided to do that?
I will
Oh,
tell you,
I will tell you. It's like,
Batman can
You're all
kiss
the
my
darkness.
ass.
I was born in darkness.
he might as well have been W.C. Fields. Yeah,
My
Batman.
little chickadee.
Oh, it's so sad. Anyway, sorry, Christopher Nolan, because we love you. I really do. I love your movies, and I'm really excited about the potential of you making 1950s James Bond movies, because those are going to be amazing. I don't know if any of you have heard about those, the rumor of
Yep.
that, but I think that's going to be really cool. But yeah, sorry, Nolan, if that's you. If you are Nolan in the chat is Christopher Nolan. Sorry, buddy.
Chris Nolan, man, held it down in Inception. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
That one worked
all
for
of
me
his
on a
other
lot of
movies are great. I mean, they're all great movies. They're beautiful to look at. They're cool ideas, and
It wasn't British.
I kicked him so hard
Sorry.
that I had to change my boots now.
I need some WD-40 on my vocal cords.
That's so good. You guys are
Hey,
good at
Shawn,
that.
why don't you come over for dinner and we could talk like this and eat some
Oh.
spaghetti?
Let's have some marinara.
Shawn,
we can
please
plan a
pass the
reckoning.
sausage.
A little Polish sausage on the side. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You
In
got
the
the
darkness.
Vicks?
I was born in the darkness, and then I applied the Vicks.
You guys are good at that.
Swedish meatballs.
We need some hot dogs and Vicks to get the Vicks.
Captain Biscuit, are you saying that the semi rig that flipped was from Fresno, the Fresno area? That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, you must back away, kitty. Back down.
The cat's wondering if everything's okay with you. Dad, is everything all right?
He's possessed again. Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
The ghost of Bane.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna break his back.
This is what happens, guys. Look, Ace has already started watching HGTV instead.
Oh man, were that boring?
I guess
Maybe they got a show on about tomatoes.
Somebody give me a secret.
That's right. Yes, thank you. Look at this. Look at this comment. Yeah, pretty much everybody's having a hard time in those movies. One of the best scenes in Batman Begins was when
it's like
one of the characters. I'm trying to remember which character gets sprayed with the scare glow, the scarecrow poison, and they're looking at Batman's face, and I think it was the gangster guy.
That was Scarecrow.
Scarecrow was
He
sprayed.
shot it back in his face
That's right.
when he
Yeah.
tried to shoot him, and then he's like a demon with blood coming out of his mouth.
with like worms and blood coming out of his mouth,
It
and
was wicked. Yeah.
I was like, "This is everything a Batman movie needs to be." Like it felt real, and also
Yeah.
felt very much like I don't want to get into the history of hallucinogenics, but it felt very believable and
Yeah.
terrifying, and then all the other stuff felt real too, even though it was a much darker city than the one we get in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's,
And I loved it. Like one of my absolute favorite parts of that is when the whole area is under the effects of that hallucinogen, and when
Yeah.
they look up in the air, they see Batman, and he's literally like a glowing demon flying around.
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh,
that was one of the coolest ways to set up an
Yeah.
urban legend of who Batman is
yes.
in
Thank
Gotham.
you.
And they didn't even do much with that afterwards, which again, it was like that should have been something followed through in the second one, to have them like that was why I like the Robert Pattinson. They started off, here's the bad guys doing stuff, the criminals are doing stuff in the shadows, there's the bat signal, and they're like, oh shit, he's out tonight, and they want to go back home. That
Mhm.
was awesome, because
Yeah.
that's what it should be. The minute you see the bat signal, you're like, I ain't doing this tonight. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get back home if I do this job or whatever, as a criminal. So
Yeah.
that's how we feel when Skelly takes off and he comes back.
exactly.
Like, oh,
We don't know if we're gonna be able to go back up again.
Are you kidding me? You guys do. I've watched the shows where I've not been
guys-
here. You guys do great.
No, I know, but I'm saying when you come back, we're like, we can't do what we just
Oh
did.
yeah. You better watch
We're like-
yourselves.
We're the kids waiting for daddy, and then we're like, oh god, are we gonna get yelled at, or is he gonna go, hey, not bad, not bad?
The key to the liquor cabinet is now put away.
yeah, locked up.
It's at a different house now, kids.
That's
Don't even
right.
touch it.
I get so like I get so sometimes you guys get on such a roll, and I feel like I am too slow for this conversation.
No, you're
That's-
putting in good.
I do all right, but I just I admire what I'm trying to say is I admire everybody else's wit frequency. Is that a
No.
term?
Yeah, I guess so. It is now.
It is now. Hashtag wit frequency.
There
We
you go.
wrote
I was
that
just
down.
about to say.
Frequency.
I want to see Bane show up in that episode of Seinfeld where the girl's stomach talking. Hello. Did you ever see that
Oh my
episode?
God! Hello.
Yeah, I want to see him do that. Hello, I'm Bane. La la la.
All right, so all of you artists watching, I definitely need a Bane W.C. Fields illustration. I need to see W.C. Fields in the Bane costume.
He's got to have the nose, though.
Yeah,
He
right.
can't not have the nose showing on that one.
Yeah.
My little chickadee.
His nose can be. That's good, Shawn. His nose can be sort of resting on the top of
Yeah.
the mouthpiece.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Ace, I'm in agreement with you on that, but don't tell any of the ladies in my household because they are in love with the Pattinson Batman, and he's a good actor, but I agree with you there on that. All right,
Does
so
he glitter too in that movie?
there's not enough glitter in that movie.
Okay.
So, and then Alf said, so He-Man and Masters of the Universe rocks.
Does
Yes.
it does.
Yes, it does. There are, even with Stratos sounding like Sean Connery, it's better than Bane sounding like Sean Connery.
Something stinky.
Down now.
That's one of my favorite
That
lines
is
for
so-
Stratus in that show.
Wait, look at
that. I'm done.
oh my gosh. Everybody in the chat is so funny. Look, Hylian, Fraser Bane. We need a Fraser Bane. Captain
I'm
Dis-
listening.
W.C. Fields in a sleep apnea machine. Yes, absolutely. Glitter Batman for sure. Twilight Batman. Yeah.
I hate Twilight series. I hate it. I hate it.
Mike Fee is confused with frequency. What are you talking about? No, it's with frequency. The frequency of these two dudes and their snappy wit.
I love that. I love that episode with SpongeBob where he's doing a snap his fingers.
I love SpongeBob.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
hilarious.
SpongeBob.
My
Well-
mom just sent me something. Can I embarrass myself for a
Yeah,
quick
sure.
Oh
minute?
yeah, I'm gonna make you big.
Okay. So high school, 93, 94, The Crow was a big deal.
Yes.
I was also
yeah.
130 pounds.
Mm.
And this was one of I had to dress up for a Halloween party, and that was what I looked like.
Oh
Really?
wow,
That was
that
me
is
back
so
in the
cool.
day. And yes, those posters were always up. That wasn't just a once and done thing.
That's incredible.
We're looking at stuff for Halloween on our off-world show, and then my mom just sent me those. I'm like, oh yeah. That was when I gave a damn about how I looked a lot more.
That is so funny. What do Bobby? What are your feelings about The Crow?
I love The Crow. I have the comic book.
What
The
about the
movie
movie?
is the movie. I love the movie. I think it's excellent. I love the darkness of it. I love the acting in it. Because it's like on the lines of that, the Batman '89 movie in a way. But the Crow it's a cool character. I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too. It's a great movie.
Then you add
Yeah.
rock music into it, but yeah, it's cool. Even the villain's cool. I mean, it's really gothic, but it's the comic is it's very gory. It's pretty good. I like it,
Yeah.
but it's choppy though. The art and stuff, it's different. It's not.
It took him a while to do that book,
Yeah,
because
that's why
like he
it's
started it in the
yeah.
early '80s, I want to
Mhm.
say, and then it ended in like the '90s, like almost right before the movie started.
Yeah, and you can tell by
Yeah.
when you read it. It's not consistent, but
Yeah.
the story's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like The Crow.
All right, here's a challenging question. If you had to pick a style for the new Masters of the Universe movie,
Okay.
and it could only be Batman '89 style, Batman Begins style. No. Batman '89 style, sorry. Dark Knight style or The Crow style, what would you pick?
When you say style, are you talking about the visual look of the movie, or are you talking about the overall, like the way they told the story and everything style?
Overall.
Overall.
Visual included, but Crow and Batman '89 are very similar visually, but the way
Yeah.
the Crow is more violent.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was gonna say more Crow probably.
Crow, okay, I
Mhm.
can get on board with that.
I'd actually go that way too, because they really made that movie feel otherworldly
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Like Batman still felt grounded. Like there was like a style of the way that people dressed in that movie to let you know this is the era they're going for, kind of. In The Crow, it just felt like this is literally people living in hell trying to just make it day to day, and Eric shows up in Rex's house so people can live again, and I can kind of buy that I don't want to see it as dark, but I could definitely agree with that aesthetic of the
Mhm.
feel, the way that they set up the world, at least.
I heard a beep. What was that?
Yeah, well, the beat. Oh, Adam, he was here for a
Oh,
second.
that was Adam.
Yeah, he
Okay.
popped in, and he must have had an issue with his computer.
Okay.
So he'll be popping in to give us the Battle Ram report here pretty soon,
Nice.
which I'm excited about. And Ace is asking how else are we going to get enough purple spandex? I'm trying to figure out the context of that question based on the. So does that
Probably
mean?
Batman '89 all the way
Oh,
was the
okay.
one
Mm.
Oh,
for
okay.
that, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
okay. All right. Yeah. For sure.
Oh, probably the purple spandex. What, Prince Adam?
Yeah,
S-
that'd be my
yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Hey, Adam.
There he is.
Hey guys,
Hey, how you doing, man?
good. How you doing?
Not too
Good.
bad.
Welcome to it. We have been talking about Batman.
Okay.
Somehow we went down this rabbit hole.
I'm sorry.
It's been interesting, though.
It's my fault. Look, that's all that I did.
And mine too. And mine too. I
Nice.
think it was destined. It was destined to happen. But I think it's probably good. This is a perfect place for us to stop because I know you kind of have a busy night, Adam, but it is exciting that you have another battle ram report ready for us.
Yeah. I probably just have barely enough time to deliver it and then say goodbye, if that's okay.
all right. That's okay. We're excited. Are you guys ready for a battle ram report? Oh wait, Bobby, you gonna get the music ready?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to fuck that.
Oh
up
no,
again.
that's fine.
All right. Here we go. Adding to the stage, the Battle Ram Report.
Welcome to the Battle Ram Report, brought to you by Adam from the Battle Ram blog. It will give you all the stuff that you need to know. Take it away, Adam.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have our the images up?
Yes.
All right. So real quick, just kind of some fun facts about Nordor. So if you're not familiar with Nordor, it's basically the Snake Mountain of the New Adventures of He-Man toy line. So just as way of some backstory, I was trying to get some fun facts when I was doing working on the Pixel Dan toy guide book. So I reached out to David Wolfram, who worked on this toy, just to get some facts about it. And I'd kind of forgotten about that. It was buried in my email, so I thought I'd bring it up today. So Nordor, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically an asteroid with a skull face on it, and you can it folds out into like a playset with a projector. We'll start off with just a little bit of the concept art if we go to the next slide. So this is, it started out as this evil spheroid. It didn't necessarily have that skull theme. It was a concept by Dave McElroy. So you can kind of see, basically the idea is there. It's some kind of sphere. You open it up. It's kind of a battle station. You get the basic theme there. And then if you can, there's another in the next image. There's you kind of get both views, the external and internal views. And you can kind of see maybe this is like the Death Star-ish concept for New Adventures. So at one point it was handed off to David Wolfram, and he did a lot of the late original Masters figures like Scareglow and King Randor and Snakeface. But he also did a lot of the evil stuff, the villains and evil vehicles and playsets for New Adventures. So his thing was basically to add a lot more detail, just in terms of skull motif to it, a lot of cracks and fissures and more of that tech detail, which you kind of see on all of his Skeletor designs too. They all have skulls all over the costumes and wires and pipes and everything all over the place.
That one little wall on the far right, on my far right, definitely looks like Skeletor's chest, the New Adventures Skeletor chest, or back actually.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can see he's got a definite style.
Yeah.
This is the next one's the cross-cell art, which is again that internal view. But if you go to the next slide, I kind of just copied over what he actually wrote to me. So a lot of the projects had nicknames. The Nordor's nickname was Galactic Gallstone.
That's awesome.
They came up with funny names, like Laser Light Skeletor was taking a dump Skeletor. Right?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Of
the way he was posed. So, like he says, it was originally conceived by Dave McElroy. it was handed off to David Wolfram. And it already had the projector as like the main theme. And if you're not familiar, it's basically the projector. You had a couple of strips of images, and you could put those in, and it would project the images up on the screen inside the playset. If we go to the next slide, so the interior went well, but he mentions the sculptor who worked on it was really more, he worked on preschool toys and doll heads, so he wasn't quite catching the vision. So it was being sculpted in clay. It didn't look right. It was just kind of smooth and not very interesting. If we go to the next one. So this kind of reminds me of the story of Castle Grayskull, where finally Mark Taylor has to go and sculpt it himself because Mattel's engineers just keep making it into a box castle. So he had to go through, add a ton of details onto it, add all the cracks and fissures and craters and everything that you see on the exterior. And I haven't found this, but he says somewhere in there, because I don't own one. I just have pictures of it. Someone he put his initials DW somewhere on the playset exterior. So if you pick one up, give it a good look around, see if you can find the DW. I haven't been able to find it yet.
And send us a picture.
Yeah, for sure. This next one, there's the kind of the left image is like a prototype. I don't know if that's what he was kind of referring to, like this smooth, detailless kind of look for it. I don't know if that's exactly what he was working with, but you can see the final one has quite a bit more, just in terms of detail on every surface.
I definitely prefer the more detailed version.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I love all of his sort of skull work is great.
And it's still the
rest are just kind of stock pictures from He-Man.org.
And then
go ahead.
They're maintaining this just sort of like the spray, like the bursts of spray color on this playset, just like with the previous ones.
Yep.
It'd be an awesome bowling ball.
Yes. For sure. And that's literally all the time I've got. I do have to jump off, but I didn't want to not do my little report. So hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, Adam, thank you so much for the Battle Ram report. I'm so glad you could pop in and do that.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
You too.
You too.
All
right. Take care.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. I love that we didn't even know when Adam was going to be able to pop in. So that was just like, that worked out perfectly. Got us off of talking about Batman because that could have gone on forever.
But really, now about Batman. No.
Now back to Batman.
You know who really sucks? Robin. Let's talk about that.
Poor Robin. Oh man. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you mean?
I don't like that actor.
I'll give you that one.
Well, let's talk briefly about what kind of giveaways we've got going on for tonight. How about that? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we got an hour.
There are this will take another hour. I'm just talking about it because there's a lot of stuff here, folks, and we're gotta make sure I add night one. I don't think I added you yet, night one. So I'm adding people's names, and in a moment we're gonna look at the wheel and make sure everybody's names are on there. And if you don't see your name on there, then we'll be sure to add it. And if you're watching and you're not chiming into the chat, just know that that's how you are going to be added to the wheel tonight. For these giveaways. And we're going to go, we're not going to eliminate, then the last few people are winners. We're going to do it like we did last time, which is the first person eliminated wins the first prize. Second person eliminated wins the second prize. So on and so forth.
Yeah.
There are several different prizes here, and I'm not going to reveal what they are until we get to the prize and do the
Yeah, I was
giveaway.
gonna say, did you want to do it like here? Let's spin the wheel, but here's the prize you're going for. Is this one?
Yeah, this spin is
Yeah.
this prize. The
Yeah.
next spin is this prize, and that's what we're
Okay.
going to do. But I am going to talk a little bit about what each person that does win something will also get a postcard, and these are courtesy of David. All these prizes are courtesy of David.
It's
Motu
just a
Origins
green.
Org.
It's a green field from Ireland. That's all it is a picture of green grass.
That's it. It's just it's this. Each one of you will get a. Oh, am I not showing the right side? Each one of you will get a random Axel Jimenez postcard with the prize that you're going to get. So you're not going to get to choose which one. It's going to be random.
Yeah, randomly inserted.
But you'll also get a Toy Frenzy sticker, which many of you probably already have, but now you can put it on your motorcycle. And then you also, Ben Massa from our previous, one of our previous guests, Orko's Keep on Facebook, he made these Skelevator stickers based on an illustration that we looked at from his archives. So it's based on an old Masters of the Universe illustration. He actually put a little Darth Vader helmet on the little Skeletor face. These are cool. You're not going to get the small ones. Each one of you that gets a prize will get one of the bigger ones. And so these have to be hand cut out. These can't go on your vehicles, but these can. So this is for your, manila folder for school, and this is for your skateboard. Okay.
You can put it. I was about to say something like you can put it on your Trapper Keeper or something.
Trapper Keeper. That's what I wanted to say. But manila folder's good, right?
Yeah.
That's not as good as Trapper Keeper. But
ring binder.
What?
3-ring binder.
3-ring binder. Yeah.
Say that fast.
3-ring binder. I can't do it.
People start saying wing.
All right, we got Jennifer Poe chiming in. Let me go ahead and make sure I can add Jennifer. Welcome to it, Jennifer. All right. And making sure, so I'm looking for other people to chime in. If you are in the chat, if you're not in the chat yet, make sure you make yourself known so we can, Eternian Royalty. All right. And let's see. I'm scanning through. I think that's it so far. What do you say we make this real?
Okay.
Shall we jump
this
in?
ain't fake.
What was that?
This is not going to be fake. This is real now.
Yeah, this is no longer fake. This was pre-recorded. We didn't tell you this was pre-recorded.
I joked
All right.
on you.
Can you click play, Bobby?
Okay, sure.
I mean, stop play. Yeah, there we go. Oh, perfect. Is it going? I mean, is it done?
I don't know. Is it? I can't tell.
And see.
And scene. All right. So the first prize. Oh, I'm gonna get this open.
I wish there was just like a drum sound.
Oh, this looks so bad. Let me see if I can fix it. All right, let me see if I can fix it. I'm gonna make this smaller. I wish there was a drum roll sound. There probably is on here, but I couldn't get the sound to work because that's just how I roll. All right, I know. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry because of it.
This is much better, right, folks?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So everybody in the chat, this is your chance. Yeah, trying to be Vanna White. I'll never be able to accomplish that. This is your chance, folks. If you are watching this show for multiple reasons, if you're watching this. Oh, yeah. Oh, happy Halloween, everybody. By the way, this is our Halloween special. We haven't talked anything Halloween. We're going to save that for after we're done with the giveaway. Wheel of Frenzy.
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 Wheel of Frenzy.
Oh shit.
All right.
La,
So
la, la.
la 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 la. Okay, everybody, do you see your names up here? And I am looking to see if I accidentally.
That's pretty
typed
hard to
in-
see if it's spinning.
Well, on the side, there's some names here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, so we got Eternian Ellipse, we got Speaking Moistly, we got My Buddy's Customs, we got Toy Mama, we got Aaron, we got Duchess, we got Ronald Embry, we got Thanos, Ray, Joe Gonsalves, Ronald Embry, Skyfall, Ace, Nolan, Mike Fee, Payne's Toy Samples, Masterversal, Eldor, Captain Biscuit 71, Chef M80, Vicente Aiello, Honor U83, Alf Inflict, Hylian Dread, Jamie Sanders, JMax 77, Night One, Jennifer Poe, and Eternian Royalty. Did I miss anybody?
Not that
All
I
right.
can think of.
I don't think so either. I know we're all getting old, so I'm going to remove this again and try and make it even bigger. We're all there with you folks. So that's not going to work. Never mind. I can't really do that. Okay.
I don't know if that's true enough, but J-Mac threw one at you. Ronald Embryon twice.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Ronald Embry there. Oh, you're right. Thanks, J-Mac. Ronald was like
MVP of the night right there.
Ronald Embry is like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, right.
I
He just
think
started an arch villainy right there.
All right. I think we've got everybody.
His gangster name now, Ronald 2 times.
Ronald 2 times.
Ronnie 2 times.
Ronnie 2 times.
He'll
That's
kill
good.
you once, then I'll bring you back from the dead to kill you another time.
That's right.
Did it to a man in Louisiana just to see him die twice.
That's right. Oh man! Speaking, the best scene from Dark Knight is when Heath Ledger puts the pencil in the table and then slams that guy's head on it. They didn't cut away for that. They showed you that, and it was like boom, like amazing.
I like when he burns the money.
Amazing. All right, I'm going to shuffle as Eternian Royalty is suggesting. Yes, I like when he burns the money too.
Because that just shows that he just doesn't give a shit about nothing.
And I love that. I'm going to shuffle one more time and shuffle one more time.
Shuffle it.
Shuffling the shit out of it. Okay. Click to
It's been
spin.
a while. I had to do it.
Yeah. All right, shall we? The first prize, the very first prize is, are you all familiar with Origins, Masters of the Universe Origins? Well,
if they've been watching this and they don't, that's...
All right, the very first prize. These 3 mini comics, one of which has text and the others are European versions without text, are all autographed by Joshua Skye, who wrote the stories for these particular mini comics. So these mini comics are going to be treasured part of someone's collection, autographed by author Joshua Skye, who authored these mini comics. So this is really cool stuff.
Do we have a certificate of authenticity for those?
They are real. There's your certificate. I'm looking at the sheen on the Sharpie right now, and I can tell that these are real.
All right.
And each all right. And each signature is the same person but different, so it's not a stamp. All right, so that is the first prize. Let's see who wins the first prize. Vicente.
All right.
All right. Are you still watching, buddy? You won the autographed mini comics. So you, for those of you who do win, all you got to do is message me. My email's right down below, or send me a message on Instagram, and let me know what your address is, and I will make sure I get you these prizes. Okay, Vicente, you're also going to get one of these postcards, these Axel Jimenez artwork postcards, and you're also going to get 2 stickers here. You know what I want to do here? I'm going to write your name down so I don't forget.
Yep. Good idea.
Yeah. That's one thing I should have done, is gotten a little. Hold on one second, folks. Let
The post-it notes.
Grandpa's got to get his notepad. All right. All right. There's my paper.
Wish we had Gomer Pyle say that for you. Skyland's got his notepad.
The Gomer Pyle from Full Metal Jacket, or the original Gomer Pyle?
No, the original Gomer Pyle.
All right, good.
Oh, golly, you gotta go get your notepad.
Golly. All right. The next prize. We are. I'm going to put this here. Okay. Folks, I don't know if you're ready for this.
Pretty nice.
This package is chock full of posters, and the person who wins this package is going to get all the posters. And I'm going to show you what the posters are right now, so you can see exactly what you are getting. Now, these are not autographed, but they are absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with these, but they're big. They're gorgeous prints. I said I'm not going to spend a lot of time with these, but it's hard to. I want to make sure people get a chance to see them. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. Amazing. The person who wins this prize will get this whole pack of posters. So once you get them at home and you frame them, look at that one, and you put them on your wall, you're going to send toy__frenzy on Instagram the images. And look at Skeletor here.
Yeah.
What's he doing? I don't know. All right.
Some of that's Morodo art.
Yeah, there are different artists involved with these. Look at that dragon.
Yeah.
So cool. And the names of the artists are not on the prints, but I'm sure that I could confer with David, Motu Origins Cork, and find out who exactly these artists are. But some of you probably already know, and you're like, I can't believe that they don't know. I can't believe Skele doesn't know. Obviously, Bobby knows some of them. But this package is going to go to the next winner, this entire package. Apologies that it's already been opened, but that's the only way we could show you what's in there. So let's give it a spin. Dun, dun, dun. Mike Fee.
Nice.
All right. Fantastic, Mike. Mike has already won something back when we did our last one. So that's fantastic, Mike. I'm excited to send these your way. All right, this put there. Okay.
See, earlier, Skelly said you're getting eliminated when you get chosen on the wheel. You're not getting eliminated. You're getting inundated.
Inundated. That's right. You are being taken off of this wheel tonight is a good thing.
Yes, it's an honor tonight.
It's an honor. Exactly. Exactly. All right. The next prize. This is not a stack full of posters. A stack of posters. This is one poster. However, maybe I'll just keep this one. All right, this one, look at this. It's still in its plastic. Axel Jimenez, autographed for Toy Frenzy. Wait, for Toy Frenzy in gold ink. It's a real autograph, folks. Look at that beautiful illustration. Look at that. Oh man, this is a good one. This is a good one. And by the way, these are the Lords of Power designed Man-at-Arms, Beastman, Merman, and Skeletor here.
That's a good one.
And Mini Comics Stratos. So good stuff. We're all familiar with Mini Comics Stratos. Okay. Let's see who wins this one. All right, Ray. Congratulations.
Nice.
You are getting this autographed Axel Jimenez poster, Ray. Mike, I know I could go back to my messages and find your address, but could you send me your address one more time? And Ray, please send me your address. This is exciting. Are you guys a little jealous? I'm a little jealous of these
Yeah,
folks
that's a
winning
good
this
one there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Ray got that. Okay, there's this. What's next? All right. The next one is another package of posters. So this this one has a different selection of posters. I'm just going to show them to you briefly. This is again varying artists. Look at that gem right here. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at Skeletor.
That's awesome.
He-Man looks great there too. I want to say this image is one of my favorites from here. I didn't show you guys this when we first were going through these earlier, but look at Hordak as the Pied Piper.
Yeah.
And then we did look at this one. This one looks like it's straight off a van from the 70s. Look at that. Beautiful. God, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous stuff. This one's really cool too. Like the whole gang. And I really love that Grayskull is up on this sort of ledge jutting out into space. You got Fright Zone, Snake Mountain, Eternia. Just cool stuff. All right. There's a couple more in there too, but we're not going to go through all of them. So I know, Ray. Ray says, holy freaking crap.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. So the winner of this next package of posters is Ace. All right, Ace. Send me your address and I will send this out to you. Congratulations. Ace.
Is the place.
Ace is the place. I'm sure Ace has never heard that before.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to say.
Sorry, Ace.
My apologies are extended to you.
Okay, we've got pretty spectacular item right now coming up. This is similar
on Home
to
Shopping Network. This is for $29.99.
Exactly. For $29.99, you can get, and I do believe this is the Grayskull packaging art. This is a much bigger poster. I don't know if you can see the size here. And it is signed by Axel Jimenez himself. Again, folks, can you see it? To the Frenzy. Or to Toy Frenzy. Yeah. Look at that. Just beautiful stuff here. and it's still wrapped in this plastic. It is autographed, and
Yep.
that's going to be sent out to the next lucky winner. And let's see who that is. Who does anybody else want to do a trumpet sound? I don't feel like doing
Okay.
another one. There you go.
Doing the 8th team.
All right, Thanos.
Hey, Thanos.
All right, Thanos.
You got to snap for him.
Yeah. Mr. Copter himself has won an autographed poster. Thanos. Thanos happens
All
to
his
live.
little plastic. Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah, no, I already know where you're going with this. This is gonna be a great backdrop for Thanos. I can't wait to see how that works out.
I was gonna say all his plastic dildos just stood up on his shelf.
Oh my gosh. All right, are we ready for the big reveal? The big reveal?
Yeah.
Again.
Shawn has no pants. No.
Shawn, don't stand up.
He's porky pigging it tonight.
Ew.
Not just tonight.
Everyone,
That's all, folks.
that is all, folks. All right, so everyone that has won something tonight, you will get a Skele Vader sticker, which you can put on your Trapper Keeper, and you will get a Toy Frenzy sticker, which I expect to see on your skateboard. If you don't have a skateboard, buy one. And you will also get a random Axel Jimenez postcard in your package.
Trapper Keeper sold separately.
Trapper
right.
Keeper sold separately. You're
Skateboard
welcome,
sold
Thanos.
separately.
All right. I don't know about this, guys.
Why?
I don't want to give this one away.
That's what you said about the last 3.
I don't want to give any of these away. It actually, can I just say, I want to take a moment and say, it gives me much greater joy to give these away than it would be to keep them, honestly. And I know that David, who donated these for the giveaway, feels the same way. He's very generous, and I hope that if you all go to Ireland and you run into David out there, make sure that you don't hurt him. Give him a big hug and say thank you, because his generosity is just spectacular.
Yep.
And this next one is the last giveaway for tonight. It's pretty spectacular. The Art of Axel Jimenez book. All right. This book is chock full of designs from the Origins line. Look at that. I just happened to open to this illustration that shows Too Bad, which we still haven't gotten from Origins. Wah, wah. But it's a ton of information. There's text coinciding with each wave,
Nice.
and descriptions of each illustration. This is the back of the card art. This includes images from the Mattel Creations releases as well. And there's probably stuff in here that may not even make it to the Dark Horse book that's coming out in December.
Oh, this is a separate book then.
It's a separate book. And not only that, it comes with this beautiful print, which is metallic.
That's nice.
Yeah, that will be inside the book when you get it. See the UFOs on my ceiling? And autographed to Toy Frenzy by Axel Jimenez.
Nice.
All right, folks.
It's good stuff tonight.
Great stuff. Really cool stuff. And I know that they're going to be going to amazing households. Let's
Yes.
see. Let's see who wins the book. Jennifer Poe. All
There
right.
you go. Awesome.
Fantastic. Now, Jennifer, go ahead and send me your address and I will send you the book. Everyone who won something tonight, I have written down your names. I know who you are. If you decide to forego your prize for tonight, that's no problem. Just email me or message me, let me know, so that we can take that item and do a giveaway next week and find someone else
There you go.
to take it home. But I'm sure you're all ecstatic to have these things. And another big thank you to David, Motu Origins Cork. Thank you, my
Yes.
friend, for sending these items all the way from Ireland, so that our lovely folks can have these items. And also thank you to Ben Massa for making the Skelevator stickers for your Trapper Keepers or for your toy shelves. And each one of you that won a prize will get those. All right. Did I forget anything, guys?
Not that I can recall. No.
Okay. Good. All right. Everything is labeled. Let's see what everybody's saying in the comments. Night one. All right. Yes. Congratulations, everybody. Aaron. Yes. Fantastic. And right. Yeah. This was a surprise for a lot of us.
I didn't know that either. Yeah.
It was a separate thing. I think he did it on his own, and he had a signing over in Europe, and that's how David got it. So let me see if there is an ISBN. I don't think that there is. There is not. There is no ISBN. This book, Aaron, is probably something to get directly from Axel.
Yeah.
Again, this is news to me, news to Bobby. Shawn, did you know about this book?
First time for me too.
So there could be information. I haven't even done any research yet. There could be information on his website. Axel Jimenez probably has some info on his website. But
self-publishing it himself.
Yeah, he's published it himself, and the autographs are authentic, and and I'm really excited to send these out to folks. So
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah,
all
it's great.
so much. Yeah.
It's our thank you to all the fans out there that watch us every week. You guys always come back to us. It's awesome.
We are going to try and do something like this a little bit more frequently, maybe once every 3 or 4 months. Keep it special, but also
Yes.
keep it happening. We're definitely going to do another giveaway in December for the holidays.
Yeah. We'll ship out in January so it doesn't get lost.
Yeah. Or we'll ship it out to you early, and we'll just predict who's going to win, and hopefully we'll be right.
We'll just send it out to everybody. There you go.
Here you go.
Send it back if you didn't win.
No, send it. Forward it to the winner, please. Postage on you. So yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah. Well, we're not done yet. Well, maybe we are, but not quite. Let's see. Eternian Ellipse. Clifton says, congratulations to all the winners. Yes. Congratulations, everybody. Hashtag congratulations, winners. Yeah. So do we want to talk about stuff going on in the Masters of the Universe world?
No.
I'm honestly, I'm in a kind of weird place. Shawn,
Yeah.
I know you identify. Bobby, I know you identify. It's kind of I'm kind of like getting a little bit sad, might be the right word. A little bit sad. I know, Shawn, you were already kind of like, not all this stuff is doing it for me. But I feel like we're moving into a new era of toy collecting
Well, you
in,
gotta
in
you gotta
multiple ways.
think, since Origins started, it's been what, 4 years now, right? 2020.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
mean, now we're to the point where, yeah, we've had so much stuff come out in the past 4 years. It's
Yeah.
you know try to talk about other things as well too, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I
We're
think how many times can we go over, hey, here's the new Origins figure, type
exactly.
type
And
of
and honestly, the new Origins figures just aren't really grabbing me by the
yeah,
collar anymore. If they were, if Too Bad comes out, I would get excited about that.
yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. Not all of it's grabbing me by the collar. And except for, and Alf is saying this here. BBTS is already shipping out the newest wave of Masterverse. That's cool. I
Yeah.
did, Bobby, following in your footsteps, I did get Trap Jaw from Amazon.
Oh, did you? I
Um,
canceled mine.
what?
Yeah, I canceled it.
I ordered it and it's not coming until December. So, but it was really reasonable, like
Yeah,
$21.
yeah. I, I saw more photos of it. He looks really skinny and things. So I don't know. It's just like I said. I just buying toys isn't really a thing for me anymore. So
Yeah, it's hard. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you. Uh, um, guess I didn't tell you because it happened yesterday, but Boo Berry fell from my shelf.
really,
Yes,
did it break?
the stand broke.
Oh,
I know, and that stinks because the stand is unique to the figure.
yes, yeah. It
But
fits right in there.
I did super glue it, so he's got a super glued stand. But
That's all right.
the figure is okay. But I was so sad when I came
Yeah,
home from work and I saw it having fallen down.
yeah.
Um, and I know that Oz isn't here to really chime in on the Mythic Legion stuff, but Shawn, I'm sure there's a lot of excitement around Legion's Con. That's coming up. That's right around the corner, right?
That's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
By the end of this week, it'll be 2 weeks. See, I'm in a weird place in general because, like, the stuff. It's almost, I guess, what did they used to call it? Chasing the dragon. When you have the
Yeah.
addiction about something and
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
trying to constantly get that. And over the last year, I've just gotten to this point where I'm overwhelmed by everything. And I don't
Yeah.
know if I've been trying to figure out, is it my personal life? Is it my family? And I'm not blaming my family, but in general, like, I'm putting in more time with my family, so that I'm zoning out on the hobby. But the hobby has been stressing me out for quite a while because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to get things, then I feel guilty getting those things because then all of a sudden, hey, here's a bill that I forgot about, or here's
Hmm.
this, or here's that. And at the end of the day, I'm looking at a lot of stuff right now going, family's got to come first, and my needs and my wants will be lower on the totem pole no matter what I do, and that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm on shows. I'm happy to be on those shows, and I'm thankful that people want me to be on these shows. But it's almost like doing that is making it that I'm worn out because I'm always having an opinion out there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it blows my mind Oz does what he does, because
I,
I
I
think that's part of it for me. It's like I'm involved more than I used to be in things, and I've kind of gotten to the point of like I've reined it all in now. I don't even know the best way to describe it other than that.
well,
No,
And
I know that feeling. What you got? Yeah.
me too.
yeah, and I'm okay with it. It's like I used to be really like, I would joke saying like I'm a salmon swimming upstream the way I am about collecting. I will make it work and fight everything against it. And this was the year I finally went, I'm sick of fighting. because I feel I can
Yeah.
ask, knowing that my family needs X, Y, and Z, and I don't think of that because I'm like, oh, pre-order, I gotta worry.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my wife's like, well, you know, like what about new shoes for Hayden?
Right.
He
Mhm.
needs new shoes, and then he comes in the room and there's his toes sticking out the. I'm like, oh, crap. You know, it's not that bad, but
No,
what
right.
I'm just saying, you know, it's like it, I- it's almost like there's so much stuff coming out that it makes me go, what about it is special now? What
Yeah.
about it's something that reignites that addiction feeling, that excitement feeling, and from all communities. It's not just Masters, it's Mythic Legions, it's Mondo, it's everything. It's
Mhm.
just all of it just feels like there's so much going on now, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'm the guy standing in the hallway while people are going like this all around me, and I'm just at that point in my life where I'm like, I need to choose, and I'm probably choosing family over the hobby, you know, 9 out of 10 times right now.
And rightly so.
Yeah.
I mean, family first.
Hmm.
Uh-oh, Bobby, did you freeze? Felt like he was going to say something. And I talked, and then he got frozen. But yeah, I'm 100% on board with you, Shawn. Family comes first. You know, um,
Sorry, my
uh,
computer did a little
There you go.
jolt or something. It was
I
weird.
thought so. I thought you were
Yeah.
messing with me because I interrupted
No,
you.
like you everything froze, and I'm like, what the hell happened there? Sorry.
Well, yeah, so what were you going to say, Bobby?
No, I was gonna say sometimes collecting is like you're buying yourself a little bit of happiness each day almost. You know, you got to get a new figure, you're buying all this other stuff, like I was saying before, and then you put it on your shelf, and you're like, so now what? You know, then you move on to the next one that comes up. It's just
Yes.
find out what's really making you happy, and then you can start collecting again. You know, and then
Right.
you know, there's a lot of things out there that you know. I think sometimes we just bury our problems in collecting as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you can we see this other thing where
Yeah.
we distract ourselves with that other
Right.
concern, and then
Yep.
we're not thinking about this. And in many ways, so this is where it's really messed up. Distractions, healthy distractions, can be beneficial for us.
Yes.
But this type, you know, sometimes these things they start off as healthy distractions, and then they become mutated, and they become
Right.
not healthy distractions.
Mhm.
Thanos is saying even if you stop today, you would have an amazing collection to enjoy. He's
Exactly.
using the second person you because he's talking to everybody in the chat, and he's talking to
Mhm.
us, and he is absolutely true. I mean, absolutely right. And
And
then
I think a lot of it too is like you feel like you know I've said this before because I've thought this like if someone comes in your house and they say well how come you don't have that figure, you're not a collector, that's not going to happen, you know,
no,
people
it's
don't
not.
do
They're going to
that.
come in the house and they're going to be like, "What
Yeah,
the
right.
heck did I just walk
Yeah.
into?"
But in your
'Cause that's
mind you're thinking oh my
yes,
god I'm missing this, I'm not a true fan, or
yeah,
you know
yeah,
I need to get more and more so I can have the biggest collection I
right.
can get
Uh,
and show it off, and then and after a while that gets it weighs you down. You
oh
know, like I
yeah, for
said, I
sure.
haven't really bought a lot this year, and I feel a
Yeah,
lot better. I'm not
Mhm.
as stressed, you know, trying to make sure I got enough money to spend 100 and something dollars on figures every month. You know,
yeah.
it's crazy.
And Joe is saying, and that's admirable. And I'm in the same boat with Joe here.
Yes,
That I stopped collecting based on nostalgia. What he's saying
same.
is, you know, why would I buy a bunch of things that I don't have a sentimental attachment to?
Right.
Mhm.
Just
And that's why
because
I
it's
collect vintage
yeah,
because I have that sentimental value to that.
yes. I'm more excited about, even though I don't know if you all watched my video where I went to Monterey with the family and we were looking through
Hmm.
the antique store. I didn't get anything from the antique store simply because they've upped the prices considerably on
Of
Masters of the
course.
Universe figures that they had there and Star Wars. Since the last time I went there, they practically have doubled
Star
in
Wars
prices.
prices, yeah, Star Wars price. I don't know why there's so much now. It's crazy.
I'm like blown. I was like, I can't. I wanted I've always wanted a Mosquito in my collection, but it had doubled in price.
Yeah.
And there was, I mean, it was pricey to begin with, but man, and there were some really cool things there, but I ended up saving money by getting Toxie, the Toxic Avenger Funko Pop at Target. But
Yep.
I got him because I've always loved the Toxic Avenger, and I've never owned a Toxic Avenger figure.
Right.
Missed out on the whole vintage line, and the antique store was just like, they know, the antique stores now know what we're looking for. They know
Yes.
that people are, that 35 and up are hunting for those vintage toys. And so I've cut back the same way, Joe. And it's been great, actually. I've felt freer.
Yeah, it's a good feeling in a way,
Yeah.
It's when you start feeling that it's taking over yourself, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's you feel bogged down, you feel like you can't get out of it and all that crap. And like I said, I retired from collecting now, and it's a good feeling.
It would be cool to get the Mondo Beast, man. I'm gonna be lying if I said.
Well, that's what I
that thing
said. If
wasn't
there was
beautiful, man.
something special, then I would get something that's special to me,
Yeah.
But the daily stuff that keeps coming out and stuff, I just don't have any interest in anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah, go ahead, Shawn. No, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, like you were saying about the Mythic Legion stuff. I mean, I'm even at the point with that where it's like I'm not getting rid of the ones I love, but even the community for that, in my opinion, it's definitely becomes very much like customizers a lot. And I'm somebody at this point that I can't afford doing that, and there's a bunch of different reasons why. And I don't think that way either. I just want to get the figures that I enjoy, and then if I think of, oh, I'll pop and swap this to make this, but like that's something that I'm even like because I've had to sell enough stuff in the last 2 years to offset things when my wife wasn't working, or to offset stuff when we were getting our feet back on the ground again, that in my head I've just kind of shut down aspects of that, of the reason of being a collector and specifically going after those things, because I'm like, you don't have the money to, you're lucky to get a pre-order of like a couple figures and not break the bank. You're
Yeah.
not getting 3 or 4 more of each figure just to do a pop and swap or to paint them differently. So even in that, I've backed away and needed to take a breath from the community. And it's not like it's a bad community, but the thing for me is like, if you can only do this, don't involve yourself in a situation where it's going to make you feel like garbage if other people can do
Right.
something you can't, and then you're constantly feeling like Tiny Tim looking in the window at Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
like it's almost like a hopeless reality. And it's like, again, there's no ill will, there's no anything bad to say about the community, but that did minimalize me even participating, because I'm just able to do what I have. And I think it was Thanos who said, if you stop today, you're still going to have a great collection to look at. And I'm in
Yeah.
that boat where I'm like, I'm happy with what I've been able to do since 2016.
Oh
This
yeah.
is like all the stuff on my shelves is from me beginning that all over again. And I had a lot more at one point, but now when I look at it still, I'm like, yeah, but this is like the heart of the collection now. This is the
Yeah.
stuff that I would have a difficult time parting with if I had to.
Right.
And that's what it needed to be. It needed boiled down to that.
Yeah, I feel like it's a my collection personally is a polished collection at this stage. Whereas when I was younger, it was just sort of all over the place.
Yeah.
Now it's like very focused on particular things that give me genuine feelings.
Sure.
And that's a real good place to be. And when something pops up that's really cool, it tugs on that string like this, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get excited about it. This is a unique situation because he looks just like the superpowers Batman, but he's got the black and gold as opposed to the blue and gray, and that makes it particularly interesting to me. And it does that nostalgia pulls on that, pushes that nostalgia button.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's we're in an interesting place, and I'm excited for the folks that can afford to keep collecting these new. I think it was who was it that said it earlier? Captain Biscuit 71. The industry is promoting limited editions at this stage to increase, fear of missing out among fans. And for those folks that can collect that stuff, that's great. You're going to have a, Motu Joe style giant collection of amazing limited edition items in the future. And that's cool for you. And that's fantastic. Show us the pictures. I want to see it.
Yeah, right.
That's amazing. So this is not to say like, my way or the highway, but or perhaps even I could venture to say our way or the highway. But I think what we're saying is it's important to look at your look at your situation, like you were saying, Shawn. Look at your kids' shoes and measure your bills and or if you don't have those types of concerns, you put other kinds of reasonable and healthy limitations like nostalgia. It's got to be a nostalgia drive, otherwise why do it? And I love Bobby's decision to primarily just be like vintage all the way, and unless something's really special that comes out and grabs me, but vintage all the way. I think it's cool, and I think it's as someone, and Shawn and Bobby, you both can identify with this as musicians and visual artists. The best stuff comes from setting limitations. The best work comes from setting limitations or acknowledging your limitations.
Right.
It's why I think some of us, especially me, are so attracted to punk rock as a movement in the music industry, because it was in the face of limitations, I'm going to do this thing that I have the drive to do.
Right.
And so when we look at our hobbies and we look at our lifestyles, and we think of it, if we try to live in that particular way, then every moment, every little item, and every little thing that you make, or every conversation that you have, is going to be yours, as opposed to Mattel's or Hasbro's, or Capitol Records, or Thomas Kincaid, or whatever fad is going around. Thomas Kincaid is not a fad anymore, but thank goodness. But I mean, I think if you just step back and just be like, okay, let's really look at what matters here.
Let me go get my members only jacket real quick.
Yeah, man, that's a great. I kind of love members only jackets too, but what a great example of let me go get my breakdancing pants.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go.
Or I was just watching a documentary on punk. I think I've seen this documentary like 3 times already, and they were talking about how how I think it was Richard Hell showed up at CBGB's, and he had some pieces of his clothes safety pinned together.
Yeah.
And then suddenly kids are doing that, and then suddenly they're putting it in stores, and then suddenly everybody's
Well, that's because Malcolm McLaren saw him.
McLaren saw it and did that.
And he went back to England and said, hey,
Exactly.
let's make this a fashion statement, and punk went fashion.
And at that point, you think, at what point is it because I feel good about this statement I'm making,
right?
Or am I doing it out of necessity? Or conversely, am I doing it because it is just in the shops and it's there and I'm going to do it because it looks good to me? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all part of our practice as human beings.
Yeah.
You know, so we go through phases. We learn from these things, and then we hopefully create our own. And this goes back to our discussion. Gosh, more than a year ago, I guess, about curating the collection and
Yeah.
thinking carefully about how it represents us and how we represent it.
That's right.
I love
There
this
was
stuff.
Yeah.
like I think that's part of why I haven't been into the line the way that I was as a kid. Like as a kid, it was something completely new. This was me. This was mine. This was not my
Hmm.
mom going, here's this thing from my childhood that I love that I hope you love, like Zorro
Right.
or Superman or whatever. It's like, no, here's He-Man. This is my guy now. This is my toy line. And I still remember to this day, like my mom would like it was before I was in kindergarten, if I remember right. She would read me the mini comics, and then when she got to the last page, she'd look at the new figures that they'd have in the
Hmm.
wave, and she'd be pointing out, "Oh, who's this or who's that?" And then at the bottom, I remember her reading the copyright trademark information, and she started naming characters, and I go, "Who is that?" She goes, "I don't know, but they're listed down here." So then my mind's going, I gotta know who these guys are, and there was this literal like there was a glee in here's this name, what's this character, and it's like we've been there, we've done that, like
Hmm.
we've done it rinse and repeat 4 times practically at this point.
Yeah.
And I am like, do I hate the line? No, I don't hate the brand, but I'm at that point too where it's just like the lather, rinse, repeat. For a bald man saying that's ridiculous, but it's that feeling of we have a cycle. We just keep redoing, and even I mean we're in the age now where it only takes 2 to 3 years to reboot a franchise. I
Hmm.
mean, for Christ's sake, we had Chris Nolan Batman, then we jumped into the Patterson Batman. We just had Henry Cavill Superman. Well, they just recast a new Superman for James Gunn's new
Hmm.
DC universe and stuff. And like I the gears are showing at this point.
Yeah.
This is how it works. This is how these IPs and these corporations keep it alive. And there's an element of that that's really disheartening to me the older I've gotten. Because like when I was a kid, I grew up with Chris Reeve Superman, and that was the staple for freaking like 30 years
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
most part because they were special. They weren't rebooting constantly. This was the mainstay. And now here we are where it's like it's everything's more disposable than ever. And it is disheartening to go, I would love to love this, but I know in 5 years you're going to give me a different version of this now. And
Hmm.
it's going to be something else. And it's like, I don't know, like I could see why Bobby has the love for vintage because they didn't try to rearrange that. Like New Adventures to me is like a completely different thing. I don't
Right.
even count that the same way. So it's like vintage, I think, is why it sticks with so many of us. And I can see why the love is there for that. And it's like I still think 2000X really was cool, and I wish it was given more of a chance, but it is what it is there. But
So,
yeah,
so
Well,
what, let me say this though. What happened to something new? I mean, Masters wasn't there all the time. I mean, that just
yeah.
came out, right? And everybody was excited about it. Star Wars was something new.
yeah.
Well, I,
Why don't
I
we have anything new anymore? Why does it always have to be like you were saying, let's repeat, repeat, repeat,
Mm-hmm.
well,
same
I
shit
think
over and over again?
I'm gonna say we do get new things all the time. You and I just aren't paying attention to them as carefully as we did when we were younger. For example, I walked into a store 8 years ago and walked down the toy aisle and saw Fortnite,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, these are kind of cool. What the heck is this? And and I know that's embarrassing, but I'm asking my children, what is this? But that is an example of the resiliency of creativity, in my
Yeah.
opinion. because I do think there will always be something new coming along. Right now, what the companies are hyper focused on is we are 35 and older and we
Yep.
have money, and they are glomming onto this train like it is definitely going to leave the station. I mean, stop. It's already left the station. It's definitely going to stop eventually, and because we're already starting to pass away. So this is gonna end, and and that's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, I know, but like it's true. And but like there's cool stuff coming out. Like and I brought up musculoids last week because they're kind of like they're kind of like the punk mutation of what Masters of the Universe was. It's like we're going to take this idea and we're going to transform it into something new, and we're going to be like, this is fucking weird. We're going to do this weird thing with this thing that was already super weird, and we're going to change it. And I kind of love that. And then, you know, Nolan is saying AWOC, and I'm unfamiliar with that line, but I know a lot of people are freaking out about that. There's also Mythic Legions, which is they're all new characters pretty much, except for the ones that look like Masters figures. But
yeah, but I wasn't just talking about toys either. I'm just talking about like everything in general.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
new
movies.
ideas.
I mean, it's just everything's a franchise. We got to franchise everything.
Well, that's
I guess
true
that
in a lot of ways
too, because like recently I was listening to a podcast, and the host of the show was talking about going to see the movie The Creator, and that's something that it cobbles together elements of other things like how Star Wars did, but it's kind of doing its own thing. And it's one of the first times in, I don't know, in the last few years where I'm like, here's like the sci-fi movie that has no basis on anything else. It's not a spin-off, it's not a sequel, and it's kind of lost out there in the noise of everything else. It's like it's I almost feel like the reason that there isn't new is because there's too much
Yeah.
in general. Like there's so much vying for your attention no matter what. The new that manages to stick is stuff that it has something tied into nostalgia for us, like Stranger Things, for instance. Stranger Things was a huge deal, and the nostalgia in there is so thick that when you're watching it, you're sitting there going, I want to watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., Poltergeist, let's do this, you know? And Stephen in it or whatever too, Stephen King, it's like it's relying on all these things, but it's creating something else completely. And that one somehow managed to weed its way through all the other noise that's out there right now.
It's like it's just like what we were talking about with punk. Like there's a thing that happens, it grows and it becomes it maturates, but then it becomes mutated a little bit. It ends up in, you know, the stores, and it ends up like every teenager's wearing it. Okay, so but it's the same thing with these different IPs, and along with that, just like Alf was saying, and you were saying, Shawn, that the cream rises. So right now we've got a lot of stuff that is just happening and it's not successful out there. And it might be successful to one kid who loves that super weird toy line or that really interesting book, but not a lot of kids got on board with it. And so that book disappears into the ether eventually. But he'll find it at a used bookstore 10 years from now and be like,
which
how
seems
cool.
like a lot of stuff that I get into is not as popular to everybody else. You know, which is weird.
We were, you know, this week or last weekend, Mark and I were talking on Cambridge and with Shawn about we were talking about Micronauts, because he brought that up, and I was talking about Ed Wood. Both of those things are, you know, they weren't hugely popular. You know, B movies are not hugely popular, and Micronauts was kind of one of those under the radar action figure lines.
Yeah, my friend had a couple of those.
Yeah, and they were cool, but like they weren't huge, and they didn't last a very long time. So I guess what I'm trying to get at in this lengthy thing is, you know, the stuff that really matters to us will stay with us.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard for the Alien franchise, the Predator franchise, the Halloween franchise, the Masters of the Universe,
Saw.
Saw, Barbie, James Bond, Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. It's why it's hard for us to let go of these things, because we do imbue meaning. We do carry them with us. They do matter to a lot of us. But, you know, somebody weird like James Gunn is going to say, what about this super offbeat comic series through Marvel called Guardians of the Galaxy, which is kind of like this off-kilter group of characters that nobody's really talking about right now. And that dude who just happens to have the power at that moment takes this weird thing that no one was talking about and gives it to the public, and the public eats it up. So Groovy Ghoulies could reemerge in 10 years from now when some young ingenue director is like, I'm going to make a movie about Groovy Ghoulies, and I'm going to do it in 1960s live action style with a surf rock soundtrack. And it's going to be huge because somebody has taken that idea that people weren't really looking at directly, and then they make it their own. And this also aligns with what we were talking about last week, which is appropriation, and how appropriation is like what keeps us growing and keeps us, you know, expanding our ideas, is to look at that one idea and think, oh, I can improve on it.
Right.
So I think, I don't know. I'm trying to be positive because I don't think that we're at a loss of ideas. I do think
No,
that,
I'm not either. But
yeah,
you know, it's more the movie corporations and stuff that say, no, we can't make money off of this, so we're not going to make this movie. Let's throw out another Captain America.
there'll always
Instead.
be that. There will
I know, and
always
it's
be
just
that.
ridiculous.
It is. It's like there was a time, and you know, we all
Yeah.
know, there was a time where each time a movie came out, it felt like a new idea.
Yeah.
And that pretty much ended when I'm making a pretty bold statement here, but I think it might be kind of true. It kind of ended in the early 80s, late 70s.
Yeah, that's
early
what I would
80s.
say. So
Yeah.
yeah.
With the emergence of blockbusters,
Yeah.
and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. And I don't, you know, I like their movies, but they kind of were heavy-handed in why we are stuck in this sort of rut right now.
Yeah, we need more cool directors out there to change it up again, like they did in late '60s, early '70s.
Watching that punk rock documentary made me think,
Yeah.
like, when's the next movement going to happen in music? Things are
That's
feeling
the thing,
kinda,
you know, and I'm very heavily into punk, but you know, you got these people out there still saying they're playing punk music. It's like, no, you're playing the style. You're not actually punk, in my opinion.
Punk doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be
right.
that. It has to just
Right.
be a new. It's just
Yeah.
the new idea,
Yeah.
the different thing. And and I'm saying that, and there are probably people watching going, well, what about so and so, and what about so and so, and you know, it's what we know. We can only say
Yeah.
these things based on what we know, and we got to try to
Right.
not be. I got to try to not be too judgmental. But I've been exploring some new bands,
Yeah.
and some of them are really fucking good. Like
Yeah.
Idols is like, I'm just like really impressed by them, and they're not extremely popular, but there's a lot of folks that are glomming onto that train, and so perhaps there's hope for like new energy coming through that will, you know, when Nirvana hit, the industry needed it, and when Dr. Dre hit, the industry needed it. When you know, who else? I don't want to say Hootie and the Blowfish. When Hootie and the
No.
Blowfish hit, the industry didn't need it. Okay.
Right.
And let's see, who else? But you know, every once in a while, for instance, our youngest is huge into Taylor Swift, and that's what young people need right now. They need that. They need that person. They need that energy, and so punk takes its different forms. You know, if it can shake people up and get people excited about themselves, then that's already punk. You know,
Right.
So we said it tonight, folks. Taylor Swift is punk. All right.
I didn't say it, but you did.
I did.
Well, something Allison's saying about, G.I. Joe was a reboot, Star Wars was a remake of Flash Gordon, and the mashup ideas of Masters and Star Wars and stuff. True, it made it that we now had something palatable out of things that influenced others, and it spoke to us in our generation.
Right.
And that's where it clicked for us. And then, like in my kid's case, my son, one of his absolute favorite characters is Spider-Man. And growing up, I was a Superman guy, so for me it was always like, it's kind of weird switching gears. Like, I don't mind Spider-Man. I grew up thinking Spider-Man was okay, and now I'm like, no, Spider-Man's awesome. I get it now, and part of it's my son and the way he's reacting to it.
Yeah.
He's also huge on Sonic the Hedgehog. Never played the game in my entire life until my son came along, and now I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, this actually scares the crap out of me. I'm going too fast in this game, and somehow he's keeping up at 7 years old. So yeah, it's all about it, like that's I think is the difference for now compared to then. Like, Star Wars was mixing Kurosawa with Flash Gordon and a few other sprinkling things in there. And it did its own thing on its own terms. And Masters of the Universe. I mean, we've heard the story of how many times of it started out being one thing and it evolved into a whole different thing by the end of it and stuff. And that was due to the creators. It was, I mean, even freaking the Ninja Turtles. There is like a baseline of what that is, but it's evolved into a bunch of different versions over the years, and you can have your own version that you like the best and all that. And yes, I agree. Like, there is Fortnite out there, and I've actually picked up a few of those figures when I started collecting, because I'm like, some of these guys are nuts. What is
Some
up with
cool
this? And I'd have them on my
figures.
shelf. Exactly. And I'm like, I don't know who he is, but he looks cool or whatever. And it's like, and again, that goes to my one argument the other week of, it's like, if Masters was a video game, I think it'd be so much more easy for the people my son's age and a little older than them to go, hey, this He-Man guy's pretty cool. You see Battle Cat, that thing's huge, and all this stuff, and ride around on the and do that in a game. Because I know my son logged in tons of times playing the Spider-Man games right now, and it's like, he's all about this. And the game is what influenced him.
Yeah.
It wasn't watching cartoons, it wasn't watching the movies as much. He's putting in the time on that game.
There's always, Spider-Man's a good example. There's always room within a large IP like that to bring to light the oddball stuff that was buried in the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movies, the animated ones that have been coming out, the two of them. Like, they're bringing in that, they brought in the different versions of Spider-Man. That sort of, some just came and went, or some come back every once in a while in the comics, and they're the multiverse idea. A lot of people criticize the multiverse idea, but it allows for us to piggyback one idea off of the other and grow something creatively. And I'm gonna, and real quick, I'm gonna want to point this out. Ace is saying that Ace makes movies. Ace is a filmmaker, and so the future is here with us in the chat tonight, folks. Yeah, so make those movies, Ace, and do what you want to do, and make that mainstream. That's one of the reasons why I admire James Gunn. Because he came from Trauma. He came from this little guy right here. He wasn't involved with the Toxic Avenger movies, but he did Tromeo, wrote Tromeo and Juliet. He started off in B movies, and that's I feel like that's part of the reason why many of his ideas, not all of them, but many of his ideas are good. And he's bringing it to the mainstream, and that's fantastic. It's like someone's going to make a really kick-ass Fortnite movie, and the kids are all going to love it, and it's going to come out 10 years from now, and it's going to bring the nostalgia back. And it's good, which on the thing that maybe didn't even leave, but those older kids that loved it, and they're going to bring it back. And what was the other thing? Your son playing the Spider-Man video game. Like it's this regurgitating of an idea is annoying at times, but it's also leads us to new ideas sometimes. So I mean, He-Man wouldn't exist without Conan. I know I keep saying that, and I have two different levels of appreciation for Conan and for He-Man. So that's a gift. It's a gift. It stinks when the industry bullies us into believing that we should like what we should like, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm so willing to say that maybe Taylor Swift is a little bit punk, because she's teaching these young ladies to be themselves, or encouraging them to.
I don't know anything about her, so
which is cool. Like it's not my type of music, but when I would listen to the Ramones, for example, I felt like I was walking down the street in my own shoes.
Yep.
My own
Same
shoes.
Here.
Even though they wrote those songs and they were their songs, I felt like it did something to me as a human being. And
I looked at Joey and said, well, if that nerd can be as cool as he is, I could be as cool as I am.
Yeah, exactly. If I can be, if a person like Jello Biafra can carry that much energy in his little body and write those smart lyrics, then I could probably do that too, And so if
I'm a big Jello fan.
I love Jello Biafra, it's amazing, genius. But that goes to say, like,
he can't get weird, but
oh yeah, no, yeah. Let's be everybody has their flaws.
He can't go on tangents.
Everybody has their flaws, but anything that inspires a younger generation to make and break out of whatever mold they see around them is a good thing. And I think everybody in the chat probably feels a camaraderie with Masters of the Universe and with Mythic Legions and with AWOC and with Star Wars and with whatever they're interested in, because that it allows them to feel more like who they envision themselves to be. So, and this is good. Ace, you're in good shape then. Get more inspiration from B movies. That's awesome. Good.
It's awesome. Yeah, it is.
Keep riding that wave. And here we go. See, Hylian's thinking about it already. I could see Channing Tatum or Tom Hardy playing Johns from Fortnite. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but I don't know the characters. But yeah, it could be. It's all there. I love that. I love that we can think about like who would play what and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm leaning more toward with the Masters of the Universe movie idea that it be completely unknown cast.
Yes, that's always the best.
I feel like even if they try and have just one big name, that might be a mistake.
Yeah. Just
fully unknown cast, surprise the heck out of us, but a really kick-ass director that we do know, and it has a substantial list of good movies behind them. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd as Skeletor.
Bill Murray as Man-at-Arms.
Oh God.
Oh, that would be
about 1.5 feet, right?
That would be amazing, actually. Chevy Chase is back as Beastman.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
geez.
Yeah, and yeah, Captain Biscuit is giving you props, Shawn. We're right. He's right. You're right. We came from cartoons and movies, and kids today are from video games.
That's true.
Well, so one thing I wanted to add to that idea though is like the movies that we grew up on and the cartoons we grew up on and the toys and comics, like we grew up in a time where we kept that secret. We kept that to ourselves typically.
Hmm.
We weren't walking around wearing Batman or He-Man shirts or whatever shirts.
I
It
should
was
show you some
typically
pictures.
well, I'm just saying in general, like like growing up, I
Yeah,
I waved the flag with what I had on
yeah.
sometimes, and then there were times where I was just like, no, this is for me. I'm leaving this to myself.
Hmm.
I'm going home to read my comics. I'm gonna go and put on a
Yeah,
VHS of
for
Star
sure,
Wars
for
or
sure.
whatever. And it's like because we grew up in the era where we got tastes of these things, but we didn't get it all the time. I think that's part of the problem now too. It's we can't stop the floodgates from being open the way they have been, and now it's so much all the time, and that like maybe as a kid I would be able to keep up with it because if I didn't have any other hobbies, I could probably just keep going
Hmm.
doing
Hmm.
those things. But it's like for me being where I am right now, it's the same as the toys and everything. I just look at all this and go like Marvel phase what? I don't remember what phase we're in. I don't
I
remember,
know.
like
Yeah.
the last things I know I didn't like, and it makes me go, I don't know if I even need to worry about Marvel for the next few years.
Yeah.
And it's like DC, oh dear God, like I don't even want to know what that Zack Snyder thinks Superman should kill next. I'm good, but um, we're just in that age where all of the people who grew up with that secretive this is something that matters to me and it speaks to me in a special way. Now it's like everybody gets to do it, and you're sitting there going, you remember when I just had this amount of time for a cartoon in the afternoon that made my imagination go like this the rest of the night? You know,
Right.
Yeah.
it's a really it's like the Pandora's box of geekdom,
Yeah.
like it's been open since I don't know when, like I don't know the exact moment where you could go, this is when we couldn't stop it anymore. Maybe it was when Iron Man hit, I don't know, but it just feels like that, and it's like everybody after a certain point you're getting numb to it, and you're just like, I need a break from my own thing that is supposed to be my break from reality now. This is weird. Like, I need a vacation from my hobby. Like, who says
Yeah.
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
and it helps. Those vacations help. Stepping back from
Yeah.
something helps, and
Oh.
then you look at it with fresh eyes. I mean, I took the I've said it a bunch of times on here, I know, but I took like
Hmm.
a very substantial break from Masters of the Universe, and coming back to it, I was like,
Yeah.
like I was so it felt so good to see it again.
Hmm.
And that's how a lot of people felt when classics came out,
Mhm.
and that's how it's going to feel, Mike Fee, when Toxic Avenger does come back, because the movie trailer is already out, and Peter Dinklage is a short Toxie. So it is a different version of the Toxic Avenger that we've seen before, and I love that idea. I love that it's the same, it's the same idea, but it's bound to be new in some way. So yeah.
I don't know why. I really want to see Owen Wilson as He-Man just for the
Oh,
minute he's done
yeah,
doing I have the
that's
power.
good.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, I have the
Wow, I have
power?
the power.
Wow. And then
And
then Diesel, I live my life a quarter night at a time. It's about family, Adam.
those AI movies that have been coming out, those AI trailers, like Wes
Yeah,
Anderson does Star Wars, or Star Wars from
yeah.
1923. I would love to see a Wes Anderson Masters of the Universe AI trailer. So those of you that know how to do that, let's see it. I want to see that. Um, that is not saying that I like Wes Anderson, but I'm not saying I want him to direct Masters of the Universe, because I think that would be a mistake.
Oh man, now I got, because of Owen Wilson as He-Man. Now I'm thinking Vince Vaughn Skeletor.
No.
Oh wow, yes, Will Ferrell as Beastman. Oh my
I love
gosh!
it.
Now you've
I
opened up a
love it.
whole other realm.
John C. Reilly as Man at Arms. Yeah, I could see it. And it's like step brothers, the two of them fighting. Did we just become best friends? Yup. You know, and all that stuff.
Oh
my
wow,
God.
this is going to be good. I can see John Krasinski from The Office as Trap Jaw. I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see. Let's see.
Well,
Oh,
what's
and
his
speaking
name
of
from
The
The
Office,
Office?
Steve
Ray
Carell
Wilson.
as King Randor. Rainn Wilson
Rainn Wilson
as
as Orko.
Orko. I'm really excited about this. All you AI people, get on it. Let's see it. Bobby's ready to go to bed. I'm getting there too.
I'm just picturing Vince Vaughn doing the whole. So what are we gonna do here, man? Are we gonna do like, ouch you're on my hair, or just a tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels? Which one do you want?
Oh no, I think that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
Oh shit.
Oh, Seth Rogen as Sorceress. That's a good one.
Only if he laughs through most of the movie. I want to hear the
And
giggle from Sorceress. That
I
would make
think
me. Oh my god, I'd laugh my ass off on
I
that.
think it's in Seth Rogen's contract to laugh. It's gotta be. Mhm.
I can't do it. I can't do that laugh. It's too unique.
All right, guys. So what's coming up for you guys? What's on the books coming up here?
Bobby?
Whatever. Yeah, just my show airs tomorrow, part 2 on my YouTube channel, the Decker Northcutt Case Files, part 2. It's the corner episode. It's good. I like it. Part 3, like I said, is on its way. That'll be next week. That's about it, really. Follow me on Punk Rock CDs. I surprise myself with what I pull out each day and listen to, so I like to mix it up a little bit. And
Always good.
Yeah, so that's what I got going on.
I'm telling you,
And Toy Frenzy every week.
I'm telling you, the Punk Rock CDs Instagram. I click on it, I listen to the clip, and then I put that band on YouTube, and it takes me back to when I first heard that band, or when or introduces me to a new band.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome. Every day it's entertainment. So
yeah, I try to mix it up, like, more modern bands, older bands, different styles. It's all punk, but it's, I don't just throw in the same style over and over and over again.
Yeah, and you can't, because punk has there's so many variations of the punk sound. So
I got 2 good ones I'm lined up for tomorrow. I think you'll be kind of surprised.
I'm looking forward to it already.
Yeah, me too, because I get to listen to them. So
tomorrow's gonna be a good Bobby day. Got the North.
Every day's a good Bobby day.
That's all right, Shawn. What do you got coming up?
New episode of Legends of Grayskull hit this week. We talked on there about the Turtles of Eternia.
Yep.
And also the winner of the fan vote. We finally got to that.
Cool.
But tomorrow night I'll be on Off-World, and we're going to be talking about the Dream Team from our Have You Ever segment. And that glimpse I gave earlier of me as the Crow, we're going to be doing talking about Halloween and trick or treat from when we were kids, and it's like our Halloween episode of sorts. And I know on that channel we're going to be doing some stuff leading up to Legions Con. So if you're into Legions, definitely keep up with that. Jesse will be doing some things, and I'll be at Legions Con. So anybody who from the audience is able to go, and feel free to say hi and talk some shop, or tell me how crazy I am with my opinions. Either way is fine.
We love everyone's opinions on this show. We appreciate the opinions that differ with our own, especially because that's what's a good conversation without distinct ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot. That's cool. That's a lot. It sounds like you have a busy couple of weeks ahead of you.
I'm gonna need a vacation from my vacation in Jersey. It's okay. I need a vacation in general. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'll be living vicariously through you all and watching everybody's posts from Legions Con. Last year it looked like a blast, and I'm excited to see how it goes this year.
yeah, likewise. I'll be curious.
Yeah. I just not much. Well, a new Cambridge and with Shawn episode is going to be launching the next week, actually, late next week. For those, it'll be launching early on my Patreon. If you want to hear it early without commercials, before we post it on all the places where you listen to podcasts, Cambridge and with Shawn, then become a patron. But you don't have to. It'll be out eventually. Also, huge thank you to David Motu Origins Cork for donating all the prizes tonight, and big congratulations to everybody who won something.
Yes.
For those of you that didn't win, there'll be more chances in the future. I'm sorry that not everybody could win something tonight. But I'll make sure that if you won something, I did write your names down here, so I've got your information. But if you won, and you're watching this, so just make sure you send me your address, and I'll be sure to get it out to you. I'll try and get those all in the mail in the next couple of weeks. So, I think that I'll be doing a weekly weirdo this week. I've had this one thing sitting here on my desk looking at me. So there's a very good chance that there'll be a weekly weirdo this Sunday. Let's see. We didn't really talk about Halloween, which is really funny because all of us love Halloween. But I guess I'll just say, I hope you all have a great Halloween, and I hope you get dressed up. I hope you go out and have a blast, but be safe. Please be safe, and that's it, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to dress up as. Have you guys decided what you're going to dress up as? Are you going to dress up?
No.
I'm not going to dress up, but this could be a fun one to end it on. If we have, if you
Oh,
wanna talk
yeah,
a little Halloween, just at least give that one.
That's a good one. We will. Let's all. Okay, can you pick one, guys? Or is that
Favorite
too
Halloween
little?
movie?
Favorite Halloween movie that's tough. Should I make
That
it
you-
two?
No,
Oh,
it
go
could
ahead.
be one.
One, yeah.
That you would just watch every Halloween, or because
Yeah.
I watch horror movies all the time, so it's.
I think the one movie that you just it encompasses the season for you, and you either watch it on Halloween or you watch it. It's like the first movie you watch when the season hits. Something that marks Halloween distinctly for you.
I don't know if I have a favorite Halloween movie. I'm more of a cartoon special guy for Halloween.
Okay, that counts. Which one?
Fat Albert's Halloween special.
Oh man, that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about that in decades. That's a good one. Leave it to Bobby to bring it to get us with the deep cut. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you watch it at the beginning of the season?
I usually watch it like the weekend of Halloween because I got a few specials that I watch every year. So I watch that Bugs Bunny one. I got Casper one. Of course, the Great Pumpkin, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the Fat Albert one is always one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That I'll hold on to this, but no. How about you, Shawn? Sorry, I'm thinking. How about you, Shawn?
I don't know what it is, but anytime I just get in the mood to watch something where it's more like Halloween-esque, the first one I always go to, no matter what, is Dracula.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
It just that whole intro in Transylvania,
Yeah.
Renfield walking in, and the
The music.
staircase, and here comes
Oh,
Dracula, and the Swan Lake music, and there's something about that one. I think it's because it's the first one,
yeah.
the first talkie at least. But the other one that I have really come to appreciate this year, especially, is Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Like I always thought it was eerie, but I'm loving that so much more this year for some reason. Um, and I watched Shadow of the Vampire in the
Oh,
last couple weeks, which
speaking of
I
Willem
haven't seen
Dafoe.
that in
Oh,
yeah, with Dafoe.
that's the movie I was talking. Yeah, that's it.
It
Yeah.
I went on a horrible date with this girl, and the only cool thing out of it that I got was I got to see that movie with her. And I hadn't watched it since then because I hated the date, and I ended up finding it online and watched it the other week. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I didn't see this with this girl because I'd be rewatching this a hell of a lot more often.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. Willem Dafoe is brilliant in that.
Yes, he
So
is.
good.
That is a
So
great,
good.
I
great
love it when they're
story.
sitting at the campfire and the guys are sharing the schnapps with him,
Mhm.
and then they ask him, "Did you read the book Dracula?" Yes, it made me feel very lonely, and he starts going into the whole thing of
Yeah.
Dracula with his daily life, and I'm like, who thinks of this? It would
Yeah.
be this guy.
Yeah.
So good. I agree. I think that of the Universal monster movies, Dracula is a great way to usher in the season.
Yeah.
It has all the energy. I mean, all the Universal monster movies are fantastic,
Yes, they are.
but Dracula does have a kind of like elegant energy to it that it's wistful and it's creepy and it just has the right energy.
I just real quick, I absolutely love that scene between him and Van Helsing
Yeah,
when he's telling them what to do to deal with Mina and try to keep her in a room and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden they have this standoff, and all you have is that scene to
yeah,
establish what they're about. And I love, like, I'm going to stand here and protect those you would destroy and all that stuff, and then, come here and all that,
hmm
and just that whole thing. And when I saw that, I was talking to my buddies going, this does so much that the page wouldn't give it.
yeah.
The between the two actors, they put so much more weight into that moment, and
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. Love that.
You must be double
Anyway, sorry.
jointed and you must be
You must be
Hungarian.
Hungarian. Yes, exactly.
So good.
Fuck you.
Fuck
That
you.
Ivy cocksucker doesn't even have the sense to smell my shit.
Fuck you.
It's so good.
Carla, assistant, fuck you.
Yeah. I just rewatched Ed
Or
Wood.
sidekick.
I just rewatched it again, and it's so good. So Shadow of the
It is.
Vampire and Ed Wood would be a great pairing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've got to piggyback off of both of you. Actually, I think that for me, it's never existed. But I would absolutely love the Disney Halloween special that used to air in the early 80s.
Okay.
I would love to have that, and I would probably watch it because I can compile all those elements through Disney Plus and watch them
Yeah.
separately. But I loved as a kid, I loved the
Talking pumpkin.
the talking
one?
pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
I love that. And I love that you could watch the skeleton dance and, Night on Bald Mountain and
Yeah.
the ghost hunters and Sleepy Hollow without having to watch the whole
Yeah.
thing and get them all together in 1 hour long episode or half, maybe it was even 20 minutes or something. I don't know, but I would love that. But that's not my. We usher in the season every year as a family with Young Frankenstein.
Oh, that's another good one.
It is the movie that we can all share. Not all of us like horror. Not all of us like comedy, but we all love Young Frankenstein. And so it was a triumphant moment when I finally got to share that with the family, and they actually loved it. So that's the way we usher in the Halloween season. That's the movie. And it has all the Dracula, Frankenstein elements in there, and it has the comedy in there, and yeah, that's it. Werewolf, their wolf is like we that comes up like every week, the whole all through the season.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why are you talking that way?
I thought you wanted to.
No, I didn't. I'm easy.
I'm easy.
That's one of my lines I always say. I'm easy. I'm easy.
Well, it goes without saying. Yeah. So, here we go. Ace. Fantastic. Blood for Dracula with Udo Kier. Absolutely. The Andy Warhol Dracula movie. It's so good. And Gary Oldman is great. I love Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's a good one. I have
the comics for that.
Oh, that's
Mike
cool.
Mignola.
Yeah, Mike Mignola. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's good stuff. I Disney Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good. Halloween. Duchess, I think, said Halloween because she loves Michael Myers. Gotta love Michael Myers.
That's a classic film.
It is. Charlie Brown and the Rocky Horror Picture Show for Alf Inflict. Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Rocky Horror. That's a good one.
That's fantastic. Imagine watching both of those in one night. I could do that. Frank and Weenie.
Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom of Paradise. If you could spend one night watching Blood for Dracula, Flesh for Frankenstein, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Phantom of Paradise all together, you would have a fabulous night.
Exactly. You'd be in another world.
A whole other world, and that's a good place to be sometimes.
Yeah.
Frank and Weenie is fun. I agree.
Yeah,
all right, here's a question. Too. The original version or the
not the
stop motion animation?
The stop motion version. Yeah, the original.
The stop motion version is far superior. It's
of course.
I love that. I love watching being able to see how if the Tim Burton, the live action one looks very much like a student film almost. I love seeing that. But and plus it's got the kid from Neverending Story, that's pretty cool. Anyways, there's a lot of good stuff here. Dang. Allison Troy saying Suspiria. Amazing. Yes, absolutely. Love Suspiria. If anybody hasn't watched the original Suspiria, watch that. Anyways, guys, what do you say we close up shop?
Yeah. Sounds good.
One